So
That's
first we'll
crazy.
talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. This is even with Joe Burrow getting hurt, this was such a competitive division. It always is. It'll probably be the best division of football this next season. Just saying, especially with Joe Burrow coming back and them hopefully being, actually, as a Ravens fan, not hopefully being fully healthy, but that's for another discussion. Um, but they have a new offensive. Who's their new offensive coordinator that replaced Brian Callahan? Do you know?
I do not
I
recall
don't
that
know
off the
off the
top
top
of
of
my
my
head.
head.
Hold on. Let me.
They still got Zach Taylor though, pretty good head coach so far. Um,
It is Dan Pitcher, who was the
I
team's
have no
quarterback
idea who
coach.
that
He's
is.
the quarterback's coach.
He was the quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hmm.
so they're probably in good hands. It was an
Yeah.
internal hire.
Keep their defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo, who's
Okay.
always in head coaching circulation for the last couple of years. But yeah, that's kind of it for the coaching for the
They have
their-
Mike Gesicki. I didn't even
I
see
know.
them getting him this offseason.
yeah, through free agency. I think they added Mike Gesicki. I think they also added Orlando Brown in free agency.
Oh, I thought he was he on the Chiefs last year? I thought he's been on the Bengals.
He might have. I'm
I
not.
think he was on the Bengals last year.
Might be Trent Brown. I'm thinking of.
But yeah, I think this will be a really good team this year. Obviously they're going to be fully healthy. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, their third string wide receiver, Iosivas.
Yeah, he's been there the last few years. Kind of been like a guy who will get a few snaps per game.
Yeah.
Oh.
But according to Joe Burrow, should have a much bigger role this season. And I did put him in my breakout video for the Bengals, so I think he should have a good year.
I apologize. I didn't watch that video.
Oh, that's okay.
I feel like Joe Burrow, he just kind of has like that it factor to him where he just, if Joe Burrow's on the field with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, things are going to
Yeah.
get done.
Yeah, they also did draft Jermaine Burton out of Alabama. So I'm interested to see how much time on the playing field he's going to get.
Oh, wide receiver.
Well, he's listed as their wide receiver 4
Okay.
right now. We can see. Yeah, I think it's basically just like a 4-person battle for that third to kind of get that third spot in the wide receiver core, which will be really interesting to watch throughout the season.
They also got my boy Geno Stone from the Ravens. He should be a good addition for them. Really sad that they couldn't keep him, but
Yeah, they lost somebody on the defense. I think it was a DJ Reader. who went to
did he
the-
go to the Texans or something?
I think it was the Lions he went
Oh,
to.
okay.
Yeah, so kind of a loss on their defensive tackles there, but
But all in all, it should be a good team. I'm thinking like 12, 13 wins possibly at their ceiling. I mean, if they get hurt with injuries again, they could be like 8 or 9. But it'll be interesting to see if they start slow again. I feel like
Yeah.
every single season they just play like absolute dog shit, and then they
yeah,
get a lot better.
they also lost Chidobe Awuzie last year, or to the I think it went to the Titans.
Tight end.
Titans.
No,
Chidobe
isn't
Awuzie.
he's a tight end though, right?
No, he's a corner.
Oh, I'm a freaking idiot.
I think
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
but,
Who I was thinking of.
Yeah, no, I think they're definitely going to be a team that contends for this, try to win the division and hopefully make another Super Bowl run.
All right, we'll talk about dog shit. Coming up next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
A big drop in quality, I would say.
Yeah, holy shit.
You think so?
I think that they'll still finish over 500 because they always will. But they'll probably. I'm seeing like a 9-8 season, but they'll still be at the bottom of
Yeah.
the division.
Yeah, like I want to say like this will be the first year that the Steelers are under 500, but like they somehow just find a way to like win 9 games no matter what.
Yeah.
I feel like Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, one of them just needs to like just come out and make themselves known because they both I feel like have so much potential to just be super good. Like we've already seen Russell Wilson. He's kind of out of that, but like he can still be a super solid quarterback, which is all the Steelers need to be successful.
Yeah.
Because that's been their missing piece for so long.
Yeah.
And then Justin Fields, same thing. Like I feel like he just has so much potential to just break out and become really, really good. And if either of those guys do that, I could see this team actually being really solid because they already have a solid defense.
Yeah.
As we've seen, and I feel like they have decent pieces, and George Pickens and Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's all they need is just one of their quarterbacks to kind of just show out and get the job done.
Yeah. I'm on the Justin Fields hype train this season. I feel like they should start him, but
Yeah, I was kind of perplexed at them bringing in 2 quarterbacks that are kind of going to compete for a starting job this year.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I would have just went with one or the other.
Yeah.
And honestly,
They got Cordell Patterson. When the fuck did that happen?
yeah, they probably it's for like a return specialist because they like the new kickoff rules or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Which honestly, I have no idea what they are.
Yeah,
but
I don't either.
I guess having probably the best returner of all time on your team will help with that. But yeah, also with the coaching, they obviously replaced their offensive coordinator, Matt Canada last year, brought in former Falcons head coach Arthur Smith, and it'll be
What a hire.
yeah, we'll see
fuck.
we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see, but yeah, for the offense, I don't know.
Their receiving core is booty cheeks now.
It's
Actually, I
not
didn't even
great.
realize that.
Yeah, them trading Deontay Johnson for Dante Jackson did not.
You got George Pickens.
He's
And
about to
then,
get like all the catches.
yeah. I'm surprised he's not going higher in fantasy, honestly.
I
Did
know.
you take him?
I take
Well, I
him.
mean,
I'm
bro.
trying to trade him, but
it's like,
after
yo.
seeing this, I might keep him.
Yo, let me get him, dog.
It's like look who's throwing him the ball though.
I'll give you Dallas Goedert, bro.
I'm good, bro. I'm straight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they also took Roman Wilson in the draft.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah, out of
He
Michigan.
could break out.
Yeah, and who else did they take? They took Troy Fontenot.
They always
And-
find a way to draft receivers very well.
Yeah.
I kind of don't understand. I feel like Najee Harris. I feel like he's always just been not good. Like,
He's
I feel
not.
like
He
he
was
was,
coming
coming,
back.
he was coming out of college like the top running back.
I thought his rookie year was good. But that's just because I think that was like Big Ben's last year. Like it was
Yeah.
the only place he was throwing the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
because I have him too. But I feel like that Najee Harris, like you hear that name and you feel like, oh yeah, that's a solid running back. And then you look
Yeah.
at his stats, you look at how he is. It's
He's
like,
so slow.
It's just like there's nothing he really does that's special.
Jalen Warren is so much better, but they just won't start him.
I am a Jalen Warren truther. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
He's
on
so
that.
much more talented.
Yeah.
But nothing against my boy Najee
Yeah.
Harris.
Also, yeah. Last thing I want to say, brought in Patrick Queen in the offseason.
Oh yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. It's pretty fucked up.
I mean, it's kind of
It's a good addition for them.
yeah, yeah. Good inside linebacker to bring in.
But the collision of Derrick Henry and Patrick Queen will make sound waves throughout the country.
We will see.
All right, so this next team, they finished second in the division last season somehow, with Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback, who went off,
Dude,
elite quarterback.
They had so many starters last year.
Dude, you know what's funny is last season was actually such a perfect year to start this podcast because this NFL season was so weird.
It was.
It was so like Joe Flacco was in the playoffs. Fucking, there was so much going on. But anyways, they're back with their sexual predator, Deshaun Watson, as their starting quarterback. They even brought in famous Jameis to back him
And
up.
I hope he plays.
I
Man.
hope he plays.
I
too,
hope
bro.
he plays.
I love Jameis Winston. And then obviously Nick Chubb will probably miss the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I don't
If
really
that.
know. I don't really know like when he's supposed to come back.
I think that's probably the minimum. I think he might come back
Yeah.
even later than that. I don't think they're gonna rush him unless they're just ass at the beginning of the year. They brought in Jerry Jeudy, who I actually think could be a breakout candidate, but I don't know.
It just like
Not according to Steve Smith. Steve Smith hates that guy.
Oh,
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah.
That video's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, for that I think it's like I said, it kind of just depends on who's throwing in the ball.
Yeah. I
But
feel like Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson are kind of like similar in how like
They're just washed.
they can be really good. We've seen it. It just depends on if that's just going to come out of them.
Yeah.
And if it does, then they could have really, really solid football teams.
Yeah.
But it's just up to them and making the most out of their potential.
yeah,
And
Now
I
this-
would love to see Deshaun Watson succeed, honestly. I think that'd be kind of cool. Just because he was so good, then so bad. Like, when
Yeah.
he's not even like that old yet.
I want to see him succeed, not because of his sake. I don't really care about him, but more the Browns. Like I want to see the Browns be really
Exactly.
that's why I'd like to see Jameis do that. Like,
Jameis would be
Jameis is
sick,
right
dude.
there. You know what I mean?
Jameis is he finally has his time. He's finally given the chance
Yeah, but
after his 37 other chances.
yeah, but for coaching, they brought in the old Bills offensive coordinator. If I forgot his
Oh.
name.
Oh,
He brought them.
Shit,
It was the guy before Joe Brady.
Yeah,
I forgot his name.
it's
dude.
on the tip of my tongue, but I know who you're talking about. Now this defense, I don't remember them getting Devin Bush, but this defense is gonna be solid again.
Didn't Denzel Ward get hurt or something? I feel like I saw something where he's just going to be out.
I
Maybe I'm
don't think
tripping.
so. I don't Denzel Ward no.
Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey.
Ken
that's his
Dorsey
name.
from the Bills, so he's the new offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Honestly, yeah. I like if you look at this team's defense, it's like there's not a single spot where I'm like they need to improve there. It's one of the best defenses in the NFL. You have Myles Garrett, who in my opinion I think is probably pound for pound the best player in the NFL.
Yeah.
It might be a hot take, I don't know, but like this team honestly is just going to go as far as their offense will take them, because like I think just looking at like what I'm thinking now is this team, if everybody just kind of performs average, would probably be about a 9-win team.
Yeah.
But if you actually get like plus production from your offense, then yeah, this team can go as far as you possibly can, in my opinion.
Where did their offensive coordinator go?
I don't remember who it was before.
Because he did a good job with how many
Yeah.
injuries they had last year.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, they brought in Dorsey, Stefanski, who won Coach of the Year last year.
Well deserved. All right, so up next we got the Super Bowl champions, future Super Bowl champions, and the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I don't think there's much more to be said about this team.
We have
Added Derrick Henry.
Added Derrick Henry. Now, I will say that this team lost like their entire coaching staff.
That's really where they got gutted, I would say.
Like their roster still looks solid. I mean, we did lose a couple like key defensive pieces, like Jadeveon Clowney. Even though a lot of people think he's washed, he had such a good year last season for the Ravens, and now he went to like what, Carolina?
I have no idea, to be honest with
I think
you,
he went to
but
the
I think
Panthers.
so.
And then I'm forgetting. Oh, we lost Geno Stone to the Bengals. He was really good for us last season. But I think that's really it.
You guys brought in Eddie Jackson to replace him, though?
Yeah, Eddie,
which
that was
I
a
like.
good signing. And we also brought back, and he's not on the depth chart, but Tyler Huntley's coming back.
I saw that, yeah.
Which is, I'm really excited about that to back up Lamar, because our backups look freaking horrible right
Josh
now.
Johnson.
Yeah. Once
Who is
again,
that guy.
this team did kill
I
it
think
in the
he's
draft.
a veteran.
Who they take?
They took
Um,
Nate Wiggins,
yeah.
TJ Tampa. Those are a couple of names I see up there that I remember from the draft. Those are the
I'm
mainly
trying to
it, but,
remember.
I mean, just those two right there. I mean, that's great. It's depth in the secondary, especially Wiggins.
Yeah.
But yeah, this team's really good. That's
It's gonna be a good division, dude. It's gonna be a battle.
Yeah.
This definitely is gonna be probably the best division in the NFL.
But yeah, I think that our biggest weakness is just how many people we lost over the offseason, because the coaching staff there was so solid, and I think that we'll be fine, because they pretty much hired all internally, and I think it's more of an organization thing. But yeah, I don't think it'll set us back too much.
Is Kyle Hamilton? Is it gonna be a second year? He was a rookie last year.
I think it's his
Third.
Is
This
his third year?
Third.
Yeah, that dude's a stud.
He's just gonna
He's
keep getting
awesome.
better. He's a solid.
I think he is. I think he's probably one of the best safeties in the NFL.
Yeah.
But that's the AFC North. So how do we think it's gonna play out this season? Should we go? You want to go first, and then I'll.
I think we should all just kind of say like our divisions and then do it that way. Because like I can kind of like paint the picture in my head of what I think's gonna happen in division. Like I can go like 4-3-2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, fourth. I'm gonna go Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Ravens.
That's actually going to be mine too.
And I think
even as a Ravens fan, because I'm not trying to be biased, I think the Bengals have a chance to take first, just because they're a little scary. But I'm gonna go Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers as well.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati to take the division, and I'll go Ravens at 2. And I don't know, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. I feel like they're just on the same level. But I'll probably take Pittsburgh this year over Cleveland.
Damn.
I feel like their new quarterbacks can get them over that hump that they couldn't succeed with last year. But I could see this being like a 3 playoff team division again.
I think what I'm thinking right now, I think there's gonna be 2, but I think by the end of this, when we're done talking about every team, I could make it 3.
Yeah.
The problem is just the Browns are so weird to predict. I feel
Exactly.
'Cause
Yeah, they're all over the
I
place.
legitimately feel like the Browns are the one team in this division that they could finish even first or last, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is just a hard division to rank in general.
Like everything else kind of like falls in place. Like kind of like, okay, Baltimore and Cincinnati, they're probably gonna be playoff teams. Steelers are probably gonna hover around 500. But it's just like, what the fuck are the Browns gonna do?
Yeah.
they're a wild card in this round, or in this division. But I think that this division could be the first Actually, oh my gosh, fucking can't talk. Has the AFC North had four playoff teams?
I don't think
Before?
that's
Has that been
happened yet.
possible since?
It's
It is
possible now
possible.
because
Yeah, it's possible now.
Because I
Yeah.
remember it was going to happen in the AFC North. I just don't remember if it actually happened.
I don't think it.
I don't think
it did.
Cincinnati-
I want to say
did-
that the Steelers are like.
the Steelers make the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
Did they?
yeah. They they played the Bills in the wild card and got.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like not even a game.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
Mason
okay.
Rudolph.
I forgot about that.
That was crazy.
The
That was
Tennessee
weird. The Steelers made the playoffs last year. That's crazy to think about.
I don't think a whole division has made the playoffs yet because I remember the NFC West. I remember the Cardinals, the Rams, and I think the 49ers all made it one year. So it's
Can you
just the
look this
Seahawks
up,
out. But yeah, this is definitely like one of those divisions where I think it's entirely possible that you could see 3 teams in there. But right now I'm just gonna go with 2, Baltimore and Cincinnati. But Cleveland can easily make it in. I think it's gonna be like a matter of like 1 or 2 games.
Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. But
Okay.
I remember there was one year. Yeah, there was one year where the AFC North was so close, and I don't remember who ruined it.
Probably last year with the Bengals.
Was it?
Yeah, because they're all positive.
That's true.
Yeah, because
They
the
all are above
Browns, Ravens,
500.
and Steelers all made it last year.
Just crazy. That's insane to do.
All right, let's hop into the AFC South. So
So who was last? That was the
last
Titans.
was the Titans, obviously. But they had the last laugh at the end of the year. They knocked the Jaguars out of the playoffs, which was kind of hilarious. And then they took Calvin Ridley. So
Yeah, fun little offseason from Tennessee, especially because
very interesting.
Revamp the coaching staff. They bring in Brian Callahan to be their new head coach.
I like that signing.
Yeah,
actually.
with that becomes his dad, Bill Callahan, who is like one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL. So like it was kind of like a good move on their part to hire him and bring him in, and then also draft J.C. Latham with their first pick in the draft last season.
Dude, I have Nick.
Yeah,
Nick Provenzano.
yeah.
He knows J.C. Latham.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
it's kind
sick.
of crazy, but
But yeah, and then so they did that, and then in the offseason they also decided to spend a ton of money on cornerbacks and wide receivers. They bring in L'Jarius Sneed and Chidobe Awuzie for the corners, and then wide receivers bringing in Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd. It'll be interesting to see. They're kind of trying their best to compete and set up.
it's kind of weird. It's a weird roster.
Yeah.
It's weird because of the roster and just because of the division they're in, where like all the teams are kind of building around their super young quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and they're like kind of starting to figure it out.
Like
But-
no one has a defined superstar yet.
Yeah,
Like looking at this roster, it's just a lot of like mid to decent, but like no one's like a superstar.
L'Jarius Sneed's probably
Yeah,
their
L'Jarius
super-
Sneed's probably like the best
But
player.
Maybe
Maybe
I'm kind
yeah.
of hesitant on like free agent corners or like when I feel like every time we see a superstar corner get traded or signed to a new team, they like always just play like dog shit. Like Josh Norman.
they also brought in Jamal Adams, which I just saw. which
Oh, that's random.
I remember. Yeah,
He's not even
just,
starting.
I
yeah.
just remembered him, dude.
Oh
My God,
That dude's not even starting, bro.
he's getting benched over Quandre Diggs, one of the guys he was traded for. That's crazy. But yeah, I do like how they brought in some receivers to like help, like Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd. Like,
They also got Tony Pollard for like
yeah,
a bag of chips.
yeah, to try and replace Henry with the running back by committee. They got Pollard and Ty J Spears.
Pretty sure I heard his contract is the same as Devin Singletary.
Pollard's.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I could be getting them mixed up with. There were so many running backs that moved teams this offseason, but
Yeah, there was a lot.
I could be getting them mixed up.
Yeah, I mean like I said though, they're trying to like be competitive, which I can always respect.
So we'll move on to the Indianapolis Colts, who a lot of people I feel like are writing off for some reason, which I don't
I feel
understand.
like a lot of
why.
people are overrating them.
I feel
Really?
like I feel like I've seen a lot of people say they can win the division.
Which I
They
would love to
could.
see that.
Honestly,
I would
no.
absolutely. Anthony Richardson.
I'm one of those people who are like,
This would be a fun team if he's solid.
yeah,
And like I just love watching him play. He just throws darts.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how he just throws bullets and it's fun to watch. I would love to see this team succeed.
yeah. People might be kind of down because Anthony Richardson had like he had an odd preseason, like where it just seemed like he was just missing a lot of targets. But it's like we kind of knew coming out of the draft that he wasn't the most polished passer in the world. Like that's not why the Colts really drafted him.
I feel like he impressed in the 4 games he played. He just has to protect himself.
yeah, exactly. And they
They're
had
a
a
solid
really
line.
Yeah, they have a solid offensive line. Defensive line, they draft Liatu Latu, which I am in love with that pick.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, like, in like 1 or 2 years, I think they'll have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, if not the best. The problem is just their secondary, not good.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the one place where I think they'll struggle. And I think this defensive line will make them look better, but it's really not a great secondary. That's like the one place where I'm like kind of not too excited about this team.
Yeah, I feel like if they play a team where there's a solid receiving core and a solid quarterback, they're just gonna get like when there's a team with multiple
Shredded.
options, like they just don't have enough talent at quarterback, corner, and DBs just to like stop a
Yeah.
lot of good receivers.
Yeah, I agree with that. And they also brought in A.D. Mitchell from the draft to be their wide receiver too. So
That's gonna be fun.
yeah, this will be. I think it'll be a really fun team. But it's like the big question is like what's gonna happen with Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
That's kind of the biggest question around this team.
I'm rooting for him.
I think everybody is. Everybody should.
I like that.
He's awesome.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry, my freaking computer is being.
No, you're
stupid.
good, man.
So the next team, if I'm not mistaken, is the Jacksonville Jaguars because they just barely missed the playoffs.
Yes.
And they gutted their receiving core for the most part.
Yeah, kind of. They kept Christian Kirk.
Yeah. I don't think Christian Kirk's a wide receiver one, just in my opinion.
I will say on the depth chart he is listed that, but I don't think.
I don't.
he
I
will
think
be.
Brian Thomas. That's why I'm so high
He'd
on
be a
him.
wide receiver 2 on most teams. I feel like.
Yeah.
I think Brian Thomas is gonna. Dude, can you hook up your? I don't know what's going on.
You want me to
with
connect mine?
Yeah.
Okay, hold up.
I don't know what's going on with my ESPN. It's just not loading.
All right.
But I 5130. Yeah. Perfect.
But yeah. So
I think
yeah, go ahead.
I think Brian Thomas is going to be a stud this season. I think by the end of the year he's going to be the wide receiver one by far, and they'll build around him. Gabe Davis is.
Oh yeah, I forgot they picked up Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
They just have like a lot of like mid at
Yeah.
wide receiver right now.
I kind of have a take for Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's gonna lead all rookie receivers in touchdowns.
I think so too.
Just because like if you look at like how many like passes to like Calvin Ridley Trevor Lawrence had last year that were in the end zone that were missed just because Calvin Ridley's a little too short. You're replacing that with Brian Thomas, who I think, if I look at his height here real quick, 6'4".
6'4".
Yeah,
It's a big boy.
it's gonna be a much nicer target for Trevor Lawrence there. But
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting method. Oh, dude, I forgot Mac Jones is over there, bro.
oh yeah, they also brought him in.
Got
too.
an intense QB room battle going on.
Both from the same draft class, which is funny.
Oh, that's right.
But it's kind of interesting to me their method here, where Trevor Lawrence came off a year where because Trevor Lawrence has had such a weird career so far. His rookie season he looked horrible, but he had Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
His second season he looked really good, and then this past season he looked just mid.
Exactly.
And so I think that if you're trying to get him over that hump, like giving him the most mid wide receiver room, probably in the NFL, other than the Bills, that's probably not the best.
I mean, it's not great, but I want to say like it's a
did get
little more
Devin
it's a little more filled out than what it was last year. Like I think Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas, and Gabe Davis, and you still have Evan Ingram.
And they had Zay Jones though. Zay Jones is really good for them.
that is true.
Where'd he
Shut-
go?
He went to
Cardinals,
the
baby.
Cardinals. He's
Oh,
suspended.
that's sick.
He's
Yeah.
suspended right now though. What did he even do? I don't remember.
I don't remember what it was for, but they also on the defensive side they bring in Eric Armstead from the 49ers. Great, that's a really good signing. They also sign former Packer Darnell Savage,
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
who I don't really know how good he is. I don't really watch a lot of Packers games, but I mean,
Yeah, I feel like he has a lot of highlight plays, but like in general, he's not the greatest safety. Like he just has highlight plays.
yeah, cool name though.
Josh,
I know.
Josh Hines Allen. Did he actually?
He did change his name to Joshua Hines Allen.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Just yeah,
I
he
would
lost
too,
the
bro.
he lost the battle of Josh Allen's.
But he got the bag this offseason.
He did.
He's solid.
But yeah, I think we're ready to talk about the division winners, who would have been the Houston Texans. Where the hell are they at?
Yeah, coming out of nowhere, dude. This was probably the most fun team to follow last season.
It was wild.
The Texans or the Browns. They were like the most fun teams to root for. But yeah, they if you're a Texans fan, you should be feeling ecstatic right now. Like out of any other NFL team fan, you have like probably the best young quarterback in the NFL.
With one of the best if not the best wide receiver room.
Oh my god,
This is
it's
this
so
is
stacked.
dude. This is by far the fullest wide receiver room in the NFL.
Like you have solid 1, 2, 3, and then on your bench you have Robert Woods, John Mechie.
and they
All
also
those guys could
yeah,
break out.
and they also had Noah Brown,
Yeah.
who was had a couple solid games with both Houston and Dallas when he was there a couple of years ago, and they had to cut him because that's how deep their wide receiver room is. It's ridiculous.
Joe Mixon.
They also
brought
bring
in Joe Mixon,
Yeah.
who I think should be pretty dynamic for them. He's probably coming out of his prime, but I think he'll still be really good. I mean, it'll be an upgrade over Devin Singletary and Damian Pierce, who's still there. But
Damn, what happened to my guy?
dude, Case Keenum is still on the Texans.
Dude, he's got to just be like
I feel like he's
Vikings legend.
he's like he's just like their like emergency quarterback or something
yeah, I
like
feel
that.
like he's been on the Texans like 3 different times.
He's got like a borderline like quarterbacks coach at this point. And on the defense, they bring in Daniel Hunter.
Yeah, their
Yeah, they have
defense
a
is just as solid.
Will Anderson on his second year. Derek Stingley Jr., one of the top corners.
Yeah, one of the top young corners. Kamari Lassiter from Georgia. They also had a flyer on Jeff Okuda, so we'll see how that goes.
Was Jimmy Ward always there?
I'm not sure.
I know Jalen Petrie was.
Yeah, Petrie is there. He's all right. But
yeah, I mean, the future is and you got such a good head coach.
yeah,
Yeah,
a good
D'Amico
coaching staff
Ryans.
too. Bobby
Like-
Slowick.
This is
Yeah.
this is just one of those teams where like their second year, we saw them last year. Like this year is going to be like a huge defining year for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just going to be really fun to see, especially since last year they were known as like, oh, they have just a young team, but this year they pick up some vets, they pick up Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon. It's kind of see like what role they're going to play in the offense because they already had a really solid offense last year. Nico Collins, Tank Dell in the receiver room, they did the job enough, and then they go and add Stephon Diggs, who's a top wide receiver in the whole NFL. It's kind of just going to be really cool to see what's different from last year, whether they get a lot better, which I wouldn't be surprised, or who knows what happens,
I mean, I think a somewhat hot take might be they kind of just maybe stay like the same.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like a lot of teams, like you said, they kind of just came out of nowhere. I feel like this year a lot of teams are going to be more prepared for them than they were last season, which might cause them to maybe just kind of look kind of similar to what they were last year. But overall, they've definitely set them up for success right now and as well as in the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exciting team.
But, yeah, that's gonna round out the NFC South.
So this season,
wait, what are we thinking for predictions, guys?
so I'll go first. I actually think it's kind of easier in my head than it seems because I'm gonna go Titans 4, Jaguars 3, and then Colts and Texans.
That's fair.
Is how. But I think the Colts and Texans are gonna be. I think it's gonna be closer than
Interchangeable.
people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the big story with this division is obviously besides the Texans, it's like which quarterback is going to get over that hump because they all just have three quarterbacks that just need to get over that hump to be stars.
Yeah.
And it's just going to depend on that. But I think the Texans will definitely take the division. It's going to be a fun battle, though. I feel like there's going to be some good games just watching the Colts and the Texans and Trevor Lawrence and them go at it. And Will Levis, I feel like he has a lot of potential. He wasn't like the best prospect coming out, but just his arm talent he'd kind of be a dark horse just for someone who could just break out and be an insanely good quarterback. But I kind of agree with you on taking the Titans at 4, and then I think Jacksonville will take the 3, and then Colts and Houston.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Houston and the Colts both make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I think that's very possible to happen.
I think it's possible. I think I'm gonna go. Honestly, I think we just all have the same one.
I do think the Jaguars and like the weird thing with the Titans is like we were looking at it, they kind of have a solid roster where
They really do.
if Will Levis lives up to his hype and just comes out of nowhere this year, they could like be second in the division, which is kind of weird to think about. But I think the safe pick is
Yeah, I kind of thought about going for the Colts to win the division, but I can't. I really want to. I mean, they were literally a game away from doing it last year, but I don't know. I just think the Texans are kind of going to establish themselves a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, there's just that one big question mark for the Colts just kind of scares me a little bit too much to say they're going to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with him healthy, I think they're absolutely in play for a playoff spot. Even I know we're not too high on the Jaguars, but maybe they have another bounce back year.
Yeah.
They could also be in talks for it as well. So it's another interesting division to kind of figure out. But yeah, what division do we want to hop into next?
East. We'll go East.
Yeah, AFC.
AFC East with
AFC
the
East, this
Bills
should be
and
an interesting
all
one.
those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
This actually will be an interesting
Yeah,
one.
well, we all know who
Oh,
finished
this one's gonna be
last.
hard.
It was the Pats, right? That was last place.
I think so.
I
Probably.
want to say they were. Yeah, they were. They were. Say like a third
ass.
pick. So yeah, your New England Patriots cleared out the whole coaching staff, bringing Gerard Mayo. Well, I guess they
It's gonna
promoted
be weird to see
Gerard
a
Mayo
Patriots team without
without
Bill
Bill.
Belichick.
Yeah,
But
Oh, this
it
is
was
the
also
first
weird to see
season.
a Patriots team without Tom Brady. So we'll see what happens.
yeah. No Tom and Bill. I think that's like the first time like in our lifetime
Yeah,
that it's
for real.
been that. That's crazy.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, pretty interesting offseason for the Patriots. They named Jacoby Brissett to be their QB1, but I really don't think that's a good thing. I really think that's just kind of like their sacrificial lamb
Yeah.
because of how not good their offensive line is, how not good their receiving core is.
Okay, so you
That's
read
holy. I didn't even realize how bad.
Yeah.
their receiving
there was
core is
not even, like-
absolute butt cheeks.
There's not even like a wide receiver 2 on their receiving core. That's
No.
crazy.
Like they have Demario Douglas who was okay last year. They brought
KJ Osborne.
Kendrick Bourne, I guess, is like. It's tough to say if Kendrick Bourne is your best receiver,
Oh, he's not
but
even playing.
Yeah.
he's out even.
yeah, like they drafted
It's a
Javon
tough scene
Baker.
right here.
They drafted Javon Baker as well as Jalen Polk.
Patriots
from
fans, I'm
UC
sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sorry. You guys have had your fun.
2 decades of success. Oh no, now they're bad.
Holy dude.
This
Yeah.
team is.
I knew the
butt.
Patriots were going to be bad, but just looking at the roster,
This team is butt.
like I
This-
can't see one. Like what? Maybe Jabril Peppers is
He's
old.
kind of washed now.
Hunter Henry, maybe he's
Their
solid.
their tight ends are fine. They got Hunter Henry.
Oh yeah,
Austin
and
Hooper.
Austin Hooper.
Like there you
Holy,
go. There's
my
something to
goodness.
look at. Yeah.
Even their offensive line, I don't see anybody I know.
Yeah. On the defense, he gets a little better. Like they have Christian Barmore. Not right now because I think he's like on IR for like something really serious actually. But I just remember it was like
This
it
team is
was like blood clots or something like that. Like it was like oh shit.
Rod Mayo, he's gonna just go through it this year, dude.
It really is. Yeah, they also they have Kyle Duggar in the safety, Jabril Peppers, Christian Gonzalez, who is actually
He
pretty
was actually pretty solid.
he looked pretty decent last year.
He
Unfortunately,
was,
just
he was
got
a
hurt.
rookie last year, yeah.
Yeah,
So
out
he's
of,
a sophomore. Yeah,
out of Oregon.
I guess he's solid. He'll
He
be
got
good.
hurt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, they bring in Cardinals legend Marco Wilson, worst player in the NFL, somehow on a roster. That's cool. Actually, worst cornerback in the NFL. Probably not the worst player, but yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be bad, dude. Like they're gonna look really bad with Jacoby Brissett. Probably like week 11, they'll bring in Drake May. He'll look okay. And
There's
it's-
just no way a rookie quarterback can succeed in this fucking offense.
yeah, which I'm kind of glad they named.
That's what
Brissett.
that's what everyone thought about the Texans last year.
That's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
But that was also insane. And
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
also-
that'll happen again. But you never know.
Yeah, I don't see it with this team, especially
Drake May
in,
just
especially
turned-
in that division. Definitely not gonna happen.
Drake May throws 40 touchdowns
Yeah,
to Demario Douglas.
Dude, nah, Joe. If anyone's doing that, it's Joe Millen. Come on,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
I'm kind of
My
glad.
cannon.
I am kind of glad he made it on the roster. Over
I want to
Bailey
see.
Zappi.
He's one of those quarterbacks where I want to see him get a chance.
I do too a little
He just
bit.
has. He's the best arm. Like,
Oh, he has a cannon,
doesn't he
dude.
have like? Didn't he like break the record or something for like the farthest throw?
I just knew he threw it
just-
crazy far
yeah.
at Tennessee. But yeah, not too much to talk about with the Patriots. I think we spent way too long on them
Besides,
anyways.
good luck.
This,
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of fun to
Justin
take
Lewis,
long with them. 'cause-
Just to kind
No,
of shit
it's
on him
over.
for a little bit.
bro, he is
but,
not a Patriots fan anymore. You already know that.
Lost at 408. Hope you're tuning in.
But
Okay.
he's too busy doing jujitsu.
Let's move on to the team that finished in third, which was the New York Jets. Finished at 7-10, and
This would be a fun team.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
this
this
team
is,
is looking a little bit different from last year. Actually, let's say a lot of bit different.
I like them bringing in Tyron Smith, even though he's like 50 years old.
Oh yeah, they revamped the fuck out of this offensive line. They bring in Tyron Smith, they bring in Morgan Moses in free agency. Then
Solid,
they draft
solid.
they draft Olu Fashanu from Penn State, which is insane. Just like that, you draft the best backup tackle in the NFL.
Was he first round?
He was like he was like first round pick. He was like top whatever. He was like whatever.
Who
pick
was?
Olu Fashanu. I guess I
Yeah,
just don't remember
Fashanu.
that. But that's
was like- he
good
was like
because
one-
that's what they need to protect
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean
freaking-
you have 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers out there coming off a torn Achilles, I think it is.
you got Jordan Travis who's next up. You got to protect.
Dude, actually though, I think he should get an opportunity
I think so too.
because he would have went first round if he didn't freaking his leg didn't snap in half.
Yeah, that was
That was
wild at
disgusting.
Florida State. You bring in Tyrod Taylor, so if another big injury happens with Aaron, you're not gonna have to deal with having the worst quarterback in all of football again. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think even with Tyrod Taylor this whole season, I think the Jets are a playoff team. You won 7 games with Zach
I
Wilson
know.
last year.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
With him not putting up anything.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
And I think they have a really good offense. They have a lot of weapons. Mike Williams with Aaron Rodgers healthy could be a really good wide receiver too. And I think Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers healthy could be
I think
offensive player of the year candidate.
oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Mike Williams, I really like them bringing him in because
Yeah.
I think he's perfect for Aaron Rodgers. Like he's just somebody Aaron Rodgers can just freaking chug it downfield to.
Malachi Corley, mark my words,
Yeah, they
he'll
drafted
be
him.
solid.
I
He'll
think
be
it was a
solid.
solid pick because I
I
mean,
don't know who that is.
He's gonna catch touchdowns. That's
Yeah,
all I know.
because Mike Williams, he's pretty injury prone. Like he gets hurt.
He'll
you have
definitely have an opportunity.
Yeah, you have Malachi Corley there. Because I mean, dude, there's just no fucking way you're putting Alan Lazard on the field like to get
Yeah.
like
Corley.
plus snaps, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is so bad. Like I don't like he's not a wide receiver. He's like a tight end.
Yeah, he's
Who?
like a tight end who can't
Alan
catch.
Lazard
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, lizard, bro.
getting overpaid to do nothing.
I remember I almost bought an Alan Lazard jersey, bro.
Dude, thank God you didn't. Thank God. But yeah, and then you go to the defense where it's just
Solid.
yeah, another just list of great names. You have DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, which I
Javon
think is,
Kinlaw?
yeah, they
Did
brought
they
in
just
Javon.
pick him up?
They brought him in during free agency, like when free agency was still kind of relevant.
Did he come from the 49ers?
Yeah, he was a free agent.
Okay, yeah, because I
Yeah,
thought that's what
he
I'm
was-
thinking of. He's solid.
And he wasn't too great with San Francisco, but
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm thinking of Greenlaw.
yeah. But yeah, I think this team has definitely the best cornerback room in the NFL. You have Sauce Gardner, DJ Reed.
Quantez Stiggers
Yeah.
backing him up.
Well, I mean, you also have Michael
That's
Carter.
that's a tough jersey right there.
That's a
But-
tough name to say.
But no, yeah, they have solid corners. Sauce Gardner, best corner in the league, arguably.
I would
Yeah,
say he
probably.
is.
probably at this point.
And yeah, and then
Him
you
or
CJ Mosley.
Snead, but I don't think Snead's gonna be that good on the Titans, dude. I'm calling it.
and you still have Quentin Williams, so I think is one of
Oh yeah,
probably the best defensive tackle in the NFL with Aaron Donald retiring.
plus Hassan Reddick hiding back there. Who knows when he'll play?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Like he might get traded again.
Yeah,
Cardinals, please.
this is gonna be a fun team to watch unless Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
It's gonna be a fun division.
I mean,
But-
even if he does get hurt, I think it'll be a
They'll
better
still be
team
solid.
than last
Yeah,
year.
I just want to see at least one game with Aaron Rodgers as their
One
Dude, I
full
know.
game.
because you just don't. He could be terrible because of how old he is, or he could be Aaron Rodgers and just
I think he'll
make
be.
crap happen, bro.
I think he'll be good because I mean, yeah, he's 40, but like think of all the other great quarterbacks at 40. Tom Brady went to a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, he'll still be good.
Yeah, Drew Brees almost went to a Super Bowl. Brett Favre was still pretty good at 40. Like, I don't think that's gonna just disappear for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean the Jets are a really fantastic team. So
I'm excited to watch Garrett Wilson.
I
and
really
Brees
hope-
Hall. Like I feel like those are two just huge breakout candidates.
Yes.
I was-
That
yeah.
could just go insane this year.
Yeah, I do like them also drafting Braylon Allen. I thought he was a fun player. I think out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
If I'm correct on that. But overall, yeah. The only thing I'm not excited about this team is who's their offensive coordinator. That's Nate Hackett, who was the Broncos coach for Russell Wilson's first year.
Right. And they had that Broncos game last year
Yeah.
where like they
Yeah, I
They
think they
beat the
lost.
Did they-
Yeah.
Wait,
I
think
thought
they
they
lost.
won and they were like, "Oh, we did this for you, Hackett."
Did they?
I
don't
swear they
remember.
won. Maybe
you're
I'm
right.
tripping.
You're right. No, the Jets beat the Broncos.
Did they?
It was like a
Yeah.
worst game ever, but they won.
They
So a regular Broncos Jets game. Okay.
yeah. The Jets did beat the Broncos because I remember it was like all Brees Hall too.
But yeah, it would be cool if they brought in like a real offensive coordinator. But I understand why you don't. You want to keep Aaron Rodgers happy. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, good for them. Really fun team.
really hope-
This
Brees Hall
the Jets, I
works
feel
out.
like will be just one of those teams. I see them on. I want to watch the game. Just
Absolutely.
to see Aaron Rodgers go to work.
Didn't they get new jerseys too? And they kind of
No,
I think they did
don't
last
think-
year.
I think it was last year, like the year before or something. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the Jets. Then we move to the team who finished in second, which would be the Miami Dolphins.
last second, dude.
Yeah, literally last game of the season.
They have Tyreek Hill. Like that's
all
it.
they need.
I mean, that's not it, but like that's just
No,
like the factor.
it really is, dude.
'Cause, like,
he is the offense.
So
I
they got
know.
Odell.
What? I guess they did pick
I'm
up
just
OBJ, legend, Ravens legend. Auto knows.
Dude needs to hang it
Um,
up.
But yeah, Tua. I feel like Tua. He just. I can't see him winning big. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
That's just like I don't know what. Like he has one of the most stacked offenses. Jalen Waddle's solid.
Dude,
But
that running back room is ridiculous. Mostert, A-Chain,
Oh
and
my
Jalen
gosh.
Wright. It's just
And Jeff
stu-
Wilson Jr., baby.
And you have former 49er Jeff Wilson.
It's crazy how he was supposed to be the starting running back last season. Now he's 4th on the depth chart. But I really hope Devon Chain breaks out the season. I mean, I got a lot of money riding on it. But I'm really excited about him. The dude literally averaged 8 yards per carry last season. Like he had 8 yards per carry for 800 rushing yards. That's ridiculous.
It was insane.
oh, I didn't know they picked up Grant Dubose. He
Who?
was solid. He was
Oh.
he was in the Packers wide receiver room, but they just had so many receivers that they had to release him. But he was actually one of the solid guys that they released.
And they got Johnny Smith. Was Mike Gesicki still their tight end last year? I feel like he was on a
No,
different team.
I think he's a Patriot last year.
That's right.
They honestly just don't run anything with their tight ends. Like
Like I never even know who they are.
yeah, what they try to do is just like get like a big wide receiver and be like, hey, we're just gonna line you up a tight end. Like that's kind of why they had Chase Claypool last year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Where's
but
he at now?
I don't think he's
I
employed.
think he's either.
Good.
I think he's on the Bills. I want to say
Oh,
like
is he?
he was. I know
Oh.
he got signed there. I just don't know if he's still there. We'll find out soon.
I'll pull a. Oh, you want to find out?
Well, I mean, yeah, because
Because I can pull a Jamie and look it up.
Oh, they got Storm Duck.
Who the fuck is
Elite
that?
I don't
name,
know, dude.
elite
That sounds
name.
like a freaking movie character. But
Storm Duck?
we got Storm Duck backing up Jalen Ramsey. They have
Oh, shit.
They have a good DB room.
they
have a really
do.
good
They
DB
have
room.
they have Jalen Ramsey. They have Kendall Fuller. Their safeties are nice. They bring in Jordan Poyer from
the
Buffalo.
Bills.
That's right. That's a
Javon
big
Javon
pickup.
Holland there. They also drafted who was it? Chop Robinson. I
Oh,
wanna
that's right in
say-
the first round.
Yeah,
And they
which-
brought in Calais Campbell. Didn't even know he was still playing.
40-year-old Calais Campbell still honestly being productive at his age,
Still
which
got a
is
starting
impressive.
job.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Kind of wish the Cardinals picked him up because God, we need edge help. But pause. But
oh,
Um,
wow.
You need edging help, bro?
we do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean the defense is solid. The offense it should be one of the best in the NFL. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. I think.
Excited to see.
Let's move on to the
Yeah. Now
See
we
what
get
Tua
Tua can do.
now we move
See if
to
he
the,
can just get better, or if he can
Tua
regress.
turn the ball over.
yeah. Hopefully he does less of that for the Dolphins.
Bro, he
this year.
kind of looks sexy this year. I'm not gonna lie, no homo. You see his profile pic?
No, I just watched the video of him like roasting Brian Flores, being like, "Yeah, this
Oh,
dude."
what
this-
did he say?
He was basically like, "Yeah, this dude like did not believe in me at all."
Damn.
Because I mean, that's kind of what happened
Me
there.
and Brian Flores the same guy apparently.
No, for real, he just like me.
He's
but,
just like me for real, bro.
yeah. But now we move on to the division winners last year, which would be the Buffalo Bills,
The Buffalo Bills.
the Bills out of Buffalo.
Lost their wide receiver star, Stephon Diggs.
Was he their star though? He was kind of like horrible.
When
at
they
the
made
end of the year.
when they made the change at offensive coordinator, he was not as involved.
That is true.
It wasn't even that he was not as involved. He just kept like he dropped a lot of passes.
Did they have Gabe Davis last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just wiped their wide receiver room. I guess they had
They
Khalil
really-
Shakir and Matt Collins,
Which
for
I think
that.
was needed.
and
Yeah.
they picked up
They
Elvis
bring in-
Scantling.
They do bring
Wow.
in MVS to hopefully
That's a
because
random one.
Get some speed on there.
I mean he could dead serious win a playoff game for them because I remember he did that like for every game for the Chiefs last year.
Yeah,
in
I
the
remember that.
playoffs.
He's
It
just
was-
quick, and if
yeah.
you have Josh Allen throwing cannons who can just throw it to people who get burnt, then Marquez that's where Marquez gets highlights is freaking burning people and just catching 70-yard touchdowns, but he drops 5-yard passes. So I feel like that's a good duo for Josh Allen. 'Cause
Yeah.
he can just throw it all.
Well, because
down
Khalil
the field.
Shakir is going to be the short pass receiver for him.
Yeah, and Keon Coleman could be rookie of the year candidate too. He's gonna be solid.
I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how they line up honestly because I think they could line up with 12 personnel a lot with Kincaid and Dawson Knox, and just kind of not worry about a wide receiver 3.
I'm honestly excited about this receiving rookie class because I think a lot of them are in positions where they can break out. Like, think about it. You have obviously Marvin and Malik Neighbors who are going to be solid. Like, they're wide receiver ones already. And then you have
Honestly, I would say Keon is as well.
and then you have Keon Coleman, who's in a horrible wide receiver room. Brian Thomas, not a good wide receiver room. And Lad McConkey, who's not a good wide receiver room. Like, there's so many rookie receivers that I think could break out this season.
Yeah,
I think the offensive rookie of the year will be a receiver.
Interesting. That's interesting. We'll
That's-
get when we get to our predictions
that's
for the
my
awards,
take.
that'll be interesting to talk about for sure. And then defense, they kind of keep a lot of the same names. They lost their safeties.
Yeah.
They lost
I'm not
Micah Hyde and
seeing
Jordan
crazy.
Poyer. I'm
They're
seeing,
buying Taylor Rapp, though.
yeah, and I'm seeing DeMar Hamlin there. As a
DeMar
starter.
Hamlin,
He's
get out.
starting?
Yeah,
That's how you know they're cooked.
Bro.
interesting move by the Bills.
Absolutely cooked.
They're starting him for freaking PR purposes.
No comment.
Not far off.
Yeah, the linebackers, they lose Matt Milano again, which is brutal because
He's injured again?
solid.
they put him on IR again.
We got
which
Von
sucks.
Miller on the backup.
Well, I mean, he's just old and
That's
overpaid.
interesting.
So
But yeah, I feel like their defense. Rasul Douglas, he's a solid corner.
yeah, I like Rasul Douglas.
but-
Their
Didn't
corner
Von
room
Miller like beat his wife too?
probably
Probably he's a football player. A lot of that happens.
True.
um,
Keep going, Cole.
yeah. I don't even remember what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
It's a mid defense. There's nothing too crazy
yeah,
there.
it's probably gonna hang around average.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the AFC.
Dude, this is gonna be a
East.
hard
So
one
for
to
some-
rank.
For some standings, yeah.
Shit.
I'll start us off. I'm taking the Jets.
Number one.
I'm taking them number one.
Dude, I'm kind of with you on
if
that.
Aaron Rodgers, here's what I'm saying. If Aaron Rodgers is healthy for 17 games, they're number one. I think the Jets are going to get worse. Or not the Jets. The Bills are going to get worse. And the Dolphins, I feel like they're just mid. Like they have crazy games and then they are stuck at mid for a lot of it.
Yeah.
They're kind of just like that highlight team that can't
Was it
actually
last
succeed.
season that they put up 70?
Yeah.
yeah, against
That
the
was last year?
Broncos.
Yeah, I feel like the Dolphins are just that fun, explosive offense.
They're
that,
so fun.
But it's just a team that doesn't see a lot of like long-term success. And the Patriots, obviously, yeah, I don't know where that's going, but I think the Patriots will finish last.
Yeah.
And I don't like the Bills or the Dolphins this year, but I think Tyreek Hill, he gives them the edge over the Bills, and I think the Jets will. I think it'll be a good division. But I think the Jets will be the standout. Like they'll be a lot better than they were last year, and the other teams are gonna digress or regress or whatever the freaking that word is.
Yeah.
Get worse, and the Jets are gonna get a lot better. And yeah, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, I think the Jets are a solid, 12+ win team with the offense, with the weapons they have and their defense.
I'm kind of with you right there. Like I think I have the same prediction for the division as you. I have Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, Jets. I think the Dolphins will make it pretty close though, because I just think they're too talented. In spite of how what you think of Tua, I think they're just too good overall to not make it close. And then the Bills, I think they'll make it a little more interesting still, but I think they'll kind of hover probably around 10, 11 wins. And maybe that'll be good enough for a playoff spot. I don't know. Right now, I would have the 3 of these teams making the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah. And then, then obviously you have the Patriots who are in the cellar. I think they'll be lucky to get 4 wins this year with how
Yeah,
we
seriously.
just saw their roster. It is not great.
I think that those 3 teams, other than the Patriots, they're all going to be close. So I think it'll definitely go Patriots 4, and then Bills, and then Jets, and then I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think
Dolphins taking the division?
yeah.
Really?
I could,
But I
see
think
it.
it's going to be close.
Yeah, no, because I really think those 3 teams could be separated by 2 games.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
13.
Like the Bills are still going to be good. They have Josh Allen.
Yeah, it'll be 13 wins and 11 wins.
Yeah.
Or something like that, something crazy like that. But yeah, that'll wrap the NFC or AFC East. Now I go to the West. This should be a pretty easy one to predict.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
Who the hell finished last there?
I think it was
the
this
Chargers.
division. I think is the complete opposite of the one we just talked about, where I think the bottom 3 teams are all going to be close, and then the top
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think the Chargers are going to be that good this year.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm kind of with you there.
I think maybe next year. Is that dude's name Otto?
I think they have an auto on there.
Dude, I can't see. Does that say Otto
Where are you looking?
or nose tackle?
I'm blind. Oh wait.
Otto.
Tito. Oh, Tito.
What?
Oh, Tito Ogbonnia.
Dude, that's trippy, man. I thought that was
that's
okay.
a big
Hey,
boy.
it's okay.
Oh, Tito.
Oh Tito.
Tito, bro. That's a tough name.
Let me see if I can make this like.
And they got my boy Tart.
There you go. Flashbang out.
I kind of like the other way.
Oh, you like it dark?
I kind of like it. Yeah, it's too bright.
Okay.
It's too
Do you like
intense.
it black?
Yeah. Blacked, bro.
All right.
Gang, gang.
Okay. All right. The Chargers.
And they got Megan Fox, bro.
That's literally what I read, dude. We're just tripping out here off the perk.
But I think I don't know. I think that did they really finish last?
They did because I think they had the first pick.
Oh, I
Yeah,
guess
the
Justin Herbert, was he out a lot last year?
Yeah.
He missed a good chunk of the year.
Yeah. that's what I thought.
he got freaking destroyed in the ribs last year, and then
Yeah.
didn't play most of the season.
Joshua Palmer, Lad
Yeah.
McConkey.
Dude, that wide receiver room was just bad.
Yeah.
Dude, was it last year when we went to B-Dubs and watched Chargers Chiefs and
I think it was the year before.
Derwin James put
Travis Kelce
on his ass?
Yeah, I remember that.
Are you sure? I thought that was last year.
No,
Do they
'cause-
still have Derwin? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they still do.
He's still pretty good.
He's solid. He's top safety for sure.
Yeah, since Brandon Staley's gone, they should finally use him
Oh my
correctly.
gosh.
Yeah, they should finally use him correctly and actually have a good defense. And I shouldn't
That dude
actually
was so bad.
not good, but their defense will perform how they should.
The two coaches we shitted on the most last year were what? Arthur Smith and
Brandon
Brandon
Staley.
Staley. Yeah, he was
I think
fucking
that was
awful.
Yeah, but
Dude, they got my boy Taylor Heineke.
yeah, they have Heineke as a backup. They lose Austin Eckler, which I mean I don't really think that's
That's
too
not a
bad.
huge
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like he's
Yeah.
just like replaceable.
Yeah, they brought in a lot. They like revamped their whole running back room. They bring in Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins.
It's basically
they
the Ravens.
take Kamani Vidal in the draft, and I guess they traded for Hassan Haskins because I think he was on the Titans last year. But
By the way, can I say I love the addition of Joe Alt in the first round.
it's awesome. I think it's a really good.
Amazing choice.
That was actually that definitely was a good choice because you're looking at these draft classes now. Like you can get a receiver in the second round, which is what they did with Lad
Yeah.
McConkey. But like the type of player that Joe Alt is, that type of right tackle, that type of prospect, isn't just somebody that comes out year in and year out. So it was definitely I think that was the right pick by them.
Yeah. Especially
But-
when you have a quarterback like Justin Herbert. You don't want him getting hit in the ribs season after season and dying.
Yeah, but also for like the cool factor, it would have been cool if they picked Malik Neighbors. But I understand.
Yeah.
I understand them
That's
going
the
Joel.
thing, dude.
or
It's like-
Brock Bowers. I would like them to Brock.
That's the
Yeah, or
thing
even
with
Bowers.
linemen. Like they're not like the big,
They're not flashy.
fun, flashy pick, but like they're needed.
They're safe.
Like first round picks that are tackles. Like I feel like if my team, like just your team drafting a tackle in the first round, you're just like but like at the same time,
You're like,
they're
okay.
so necessary. And a guy like Joe Alt, like that's huge.
Yeah, because now looking at it, they do have an awesome tackle duo over Rashawn Slater. and
Yeah,
Joe
Rashawn
Alt.
Slater on
That's-
the left.
That's really good, and they also have Jamari Salyer, who's listed as the backup right guard. But
What do
I
you
remember-
think about? Sorry, keep going.
well, I was just gonna say like Salyer is a solid backup because I remember when Slater got hurt. I think it was the year. I don't think it was last year, but the year before. I remember he kind of stepped in and looked like serviceable. So it's always good to have a guy like that. But yeah.
What do you think about John Harbaugh?
I think I don't know.
I
would love to
tough.
see him flip the Chargers around. Like to be, I would love to see him and Joe Herbert or Justin Herbert just go crazy.
Quentin Johnston's still on the.
But
he's still there, but
That dude was like the worst rookie receiver I've ever seen in my life.
yeah, they also bring in Brendan Rice, son of Jerry Rice from USC from the draft.
You say brother?
Son.
Oh, okay.
I might have said brother. I don't know.
I think you said
but-
brother. I was like, damn,
Could you imagine?
it's a big difference.
But no, I like Jim Harbaugh. Just wish he didn't make that offensive coordinator hire
Oh my gosh, yeah, I
because
forgot about that.
that'll.
Trust me, as a Ravens fan, you are fucked with Greg Roman as your fucking.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
He's so bad.
with Herbert,
He's literally the worst offensive coordinator I've ever seen.
because that is not the type of quarterback you want to have with a Greg Roman offense.
There
and
was a
Justin Herbert.
reason that Ravens fans were begging the Ravens to fire him for 3 straight years,
Yeah,
and now he's got a job again. That's crazy.
but yeah, I mean, this is really kind of just a year where let's kind of get to see what they
It's
have.
gonna be a weird year for them.
because they have really talented players at some positions, and then there's others where it's just what are we doing?
Like I think their offensive line's going in the right direction.
Mhm.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and their defense is still solid. They still have Khalil Mack, who
I mean, yeah, but he's getting up there, so it'll be
he had like a 6 sack. How many sacks did he have?
like in a game. Yeah, he does that like every year.
What was it though?
I think it was like
5?
I think it was like 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But Yeah, that's gonna be the Chargers. It's gonna be a really interesting season for them. I'm excited to see what McConkey can do because
I'm excited for him, dude.
yeah, and then also like I think Kamani Vidal. This is really random, but I think Kamani Vidal could end up being the RB1 for this team by season's end because I mean it's Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. Like your competition isn't super crazy. Gus Edwards is like solid. I'm just expecting J.K. Dobbins to get hurt at some point.
Yeah,
respectfully. So
it sucks. So he could have been freaking a super.
yeah, because I mean he could have quite literally been next up.
Like his
got hurt.
average yards per carry year after year is so good, and then he just freaking tears his Achilles.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the Chargers. Let's move on. I think the team that finished third, I want to say, was it the Raiders? Or was it the Broncos?
No, it was the Broncos.
The Broncos?
Because the Broncos sat Russell Wilson.
They did.
And,
yeah,
and just started losing.
Oh yeah,
the tank.
That was an interesting.
The tank was in because basically it was Sean Payton being like, "Hey, honestly, I don't want you here. So can you take a pay cut?" And Russ was like, "Nah."
Yeah.
And so they were like, "All right, well, sit here, then leave."
Yeah.
But yeah, the Denver Broncos take
interesting.
they got a new quarterback room. They trade for Zach Wilson. Ha.
Oh
Didn't
my
think you
gosh.
could actually do that. Then you draft Bo Nix at 12. Little steep, but I do understand because
It's panning out, it seems, like from preseason, but obviously preseason means nothing.
yeah,
But
I mean,
I
I
didn't
don't know.
realize how booty cheeks this receiving room is.
yeah, it's not
Holy crap!
it's not awesome. You bring in Troy Franklin.
Sutton, Josh Reynolds.
Yeah, you bring in Troy Franklin from Oregon, so you have that link with him and Bo Nix. You also have Marvin Mims, who looked okay last year. He's probably going to take a bigger role with them losing Jerry Jeudy. And then, yeah, their defense, they lose Justin Simmons, their safety, but they still have Pat Surtain, who's one of the best corners in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of built like an okay, like you kind of like established a defense a little bit last year
I don't like
with
this defense.
with Vance Joseph.
Didn't they let go of their Justin Simmons?
They did, yeah.
Why?
Where'd he go?
He signed with Atlanta. That's where he
right.
signed.
That's right.
Yeah, it's him and Jesse Bates over there now. But
I
yeah,
remember he was supposed to be next up for them, bro.
he was pretty solid. He's
Justin
pretty good.
Simmons.
Yeah, but
I don't know. It's very ass.
yeah,
honestly.
it's
looking at it.
definitely a team that I really haven't paid too much attention to this offseason.
I feel like Cortland Sutton could be
I
a star receiver if he breaks out, but
I'm a big Cortland Sutton guy.
yeah,
Every
I'm a
year
fan.
I
though,
like him.
people say that
because
Yeah.
he's good. Like he can make insane catches, but
He's
his
good.
His team has just never been good.
He's just never had like a good quarterback
Yeah.
situation, really. But
Bo Nix, I think he could be solid. I think it'd be fun to see Zach Wilson back in the mix, getting a better chance. But who knows? That guy hasn't had a lot of chances with the Jets.
he's third string.
It is also the Jets, though, so who knows?
yeah, I think he just needs to chill on the bench for a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I think this team's kind of just gonna figure things. They're trying to. This is really their first like full year with Sean Payton. They kind of hit the reset on quarterback, and so this is kind of what they're seeing what they have with Bo Nix, and I respect it.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little better than last year. I think.
Really?
Yeah. Well, last year was just a freaking train wreck with Russell Wilson and that whole situation.
Well, there was a good part of that year though that they were looking kind of decent.
Yeah, it's
They
just
had
that
a weird year.
It was really odd because I remember like the first like
They started like 1-5 or something.
the first like it's really like three chunks for the Broncos. Like it's the first chunk where it's like they were just horrible,
They were
like
awful.
like Sean Payton's gone. Then like that middle chunk where it's like, wait, this
They
team
went on a
could
winning
like
streak.
yeah, like this team could actually make the playoffs maybe. And then they're like, oh no, we suck again.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it's like Russell
Shut
Wilson
down.
sit the fuck down. I guess I don't even know what I don't even.
It was
know why he
because of
did that.
money. It was because
Yeah,
of
but it's
money.
like I mean, you could have. I don't want to say you could have made the playoffs, but you could have like definitely
Yeah.
fought for it.
I don't think they'll have like a huge jump, but I could see them sitting around 500.
Oh yeah,
900.
but that's gonna be the Denver Broncos. Not too much to report there, in my opinion. But now we move on
Raiders.
to the Raiders, man.
I was wondering who their QB1 was.
Gardner
Gardner
Minshew,
Minshew.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they
they got AOC backing them up.
they promote Antonio Pierce to their full time head coach. Thank you, Max Crosby, because he literally was like, hey,
I'll
if you don't-
literally fucking leave.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna just leave if you don't promote him. And they're like, well, you're our best player, so I guess we're gonna do that.
They Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, decent wide receiver room.
What happened to
But-
fucking what's his name?
Hunter Renfro,
Yeah.
gone, dude.
Is he
Just
even employed?
disappeared. He's not even there. Man.
That's
I
tough.
actually don't know what happened with
I
Hunter
didn't
Renfro,
hear anything
dude.
about him.
But yeah, they take
This will be an
Brock.
interesting team.
They take Brock Bowers with their first round pick, making an awesome tight end duo in my opinion with Bowers and Michael Mayer. So this will definitely be one of those teams that you see run a lot of that 12 personnel that we've kind of been referring to throughout this whole show, where they go with Bowers and Mayer, then probably bring out Adams and Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be
What the
fun to
Ravens
see.
will do.
Yeah, because it'll be fun to see that with Gardner Minshew, because it's like there's your kind of just very like league average quarterback.
Yeah.
Probably like slightly under the league
Just
average, I would
kind
say.
of just reliable, but not star.
Yeah, kind of like a Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
is what you have here. And then they bring in they signed Christian Wilkins from the Dolphins. That was a really good signing because I mean that just adds to your sick defensive line where you have one of the best players in the NFL in Crosby. But yeah, those kind of the main things. Like I said, they bring in Antonio Pierce to be their full-time head coach. So it'll be cool to see him get like a full first season of that. But I really do think that's it for the
Yeah,
Raiders. Not
the
really-
quarterback play is just not going to be
That's kind of
that
what,
entertaining, and I feel like just not the greatest. So I feel like that's
Yeah.
just going to set them back a lot.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this team is like they're kind of just like if they had a quarterback, like then we'd be talking about playoffs for them for sure. But unfortunately, that's not on the cards
At
for
least
them.
it's better than Garoppolo.
That is
Dude
true,
was
but
freaking horrible.
yeah, then again, anything is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. So yeah, good for them. But now let's get ready to talk about the division winners from last year. Your reigning and defending Super Bowl champions back to
freaking
back.
0-3 in the preseason. They suck.
Kansas City Chiefs. So I'll just kind of sum this up a little kind of quickly. I think this team won the Super Bowl last year. Well, they did, but I think they got better.
Really?
I think.
No.
Xavier Worthy.
Personally, I think the loss of Snead is going to hurt them.
But didn't you just say it was gonna get worse?
Yeah, because he went to a new team. Like that's just in my head. That's just what makes them worse. But
that's
Trent
fair.
McDuffie is still there, I guess.
I
But
just think McDuffie will like kind of just come into that.
Snead was freaking MVP for them last season. I'm not gonna lie.
I just think McDuffie will come in there at that cornerback one
Yeah.
role and just kind of do the same thing.
I feel like Chiefs, they always just find a way to be good on both sides of the ball. Like, no matter who they have, it's just annoying.
Yeah,
Okay, I
They
will
have Chris
say-
Jones. They have a top tackle. And obviously, Justin Reed, some solid players. But
They brought back Juju. I didn't even see that.
it's crazy. They're just
yeah, he got
they're
like
just- this team just
released.
pisses me off. I don't know why.
Yeah, they're fucking annoying.
They are annoyingly good.
How did they let the Chiefs get Xavier Worthy, bro? That's just that pissed me off.
But
Marquise Brown.
they
I
were
don't-
gonna take a receiver anyway, dude.
Yeah,
like,
but like
that's the
Xavier
thing.
Worthy,
Like,
though, the
I-
fastest guy in the freaking.
John Ross was the fastest guy in the draft. What happened to him?
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
He had
Like,
Andy
people-
But he
Dalton,
also
though.
went to the Bengals when they're fucking ass cheeks.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I remember on draft night, people were like, "Why would the Bills make a trade with the Chiefs?" It's like it doesn't matter, dude. Like because they were gonna take a receiver anyway. It's
Yeah.
like it's just a matter of whether they're gonna trade up and get Worthy, which is what they did, or hang back at 32 and probably take a guy like Xavier Legette or Keon Coleman or something like that. So that's just what I'll say about
Yeah.
that. Because I remember like when that happened, it was like I don't know why you're complaining. Like they were gonna get a receiver anyways.
I feel like there's not much that changed with this team from last season.
They did lose
besides-
Willie Gay. the
Yeah,
Gay
they
man.
lost a couple pieces and added some rookies.
Willie
but
Gay will, I think, be kind of a big loss, to be honest.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope everyone they lost will be a big loss.
They still-
Snead and Gay.
D1 hater right here.
I mean, but their defense, I think, even though they did lose to Jerry Sneed, but I still think their defense looks incredible. I think you have another year of George Karlaftis. Yeah, you still have Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Leo Chenal. It's a great linebacker room. So
Yeah, fuck.
I really, honestly, for the I don't want to like glaze the Chiefs too hard, but I do think this could be one of those like Chiefs seasons where it's like they're not kind of hover around like 11, 12 wins, but this could be like one of those like 14, 15
Yeah.
type win seasons for the Chiefs.
Because you think about it, like I don't know, it just seemed like in previous years they like just like regular seasons, just like for them,
Yeah,
and then they just I can't be beat in the playoffs. And I feel like if they just want to beat the best team in the league, they will be the best team in the league.
Easily.
And it just they just gotta they could be that team any year with Patrick Mahomes and co. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Xavier Worthy doesn't turn into Tyreek Hill.
again, yeah.
That'd be kind of dumb, but
Yeah, last Chiefs glazing I'll do for this segment. I do think this could be like one of those like Mahomes MVP type years. But
Yeah.
that's it. Okay. That's the AFC West. That's the AFC
Shit,
done.
man.
Let's so first place we all the Chiefs.
I think so. Yeah.
That's easy enough. It's just the rest of the division we got to figure out.
That's what I'm saying. Those three teams, I think, are close.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Um,
Oh no.
I think the Broncos would be a
Shit,
little
man.
better. I don't see the. I don't know. I guess I don't see the Raiders getting any better.
You might call me insane, but I actually think that. I think
Hold
I'm
on.
like,
Hold on. Who do you? Never mind. Go ahead.
what?
Because I was just saying, like, the way you were phrasing that, I was thinking, like, we might be thinking the same thing. Like, something. Because I don't know if it's a little crazy, but, like, my division standing is a little weird,
So
I think.
I'm going Broncos at 4. I actually think they're gonna be pretty bad. I think they're gonna be like 4 or 5 wins. I just think that the team that roster we looked at, I didn't think they were that bad. Their defense is solid, but I'm gonna go Broncos at 4. I'm gonna go Chargers at 3. I think the Raiders will be second.
Okay.
I think they'll actually be like 8-9 or 9-8, and then I think the Chiefs will. Solo.
Okay. Yeah. We have the same exact division predictions because, yeah, I'm not a big Bo Nix guy. So I don't know. I don't know how great he's going to be. And obviously, like, the roster just isn't too great. So I think this team will probably be like 4 to 6 wins.
And I feel like Javonte Williams did not look good last year as their starting running back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know about him, honestly. I've kind of almost given up on him. But yeah, so I've Broncos 4, Chargers 3, because I think that just the lack of talent everywhere besides quarterback is,
On the Chargers?
yeah.
Yes, I agree.
So I think
like
that's-
Justin Herbert can do only so much.
Yeah, like it's gonna be definitely a big year for like Justin Herbert's like hypothetical people who are like, if he had this and this and this, then he'd be winning so much. It's like, yeah, you're probably right. This team sucks. And then second place I have the Raiders, which I think is like wild to say. It's like them finishing second in the division.
Yeah.
But I think they just kind of have like they're gonna have that like dog mentality to do that, especially with Antonio Pierce. And I do think they have a pretty solid team. I kind of love
I think
their
they
offense.
have a decent culture.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're building. They're kind of doing that like that Dan Campbell type thing, where it's just like you get this big culture guy that everybody can kind of just
Rally around.
Yeah, rally around. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think he's really good at that, and I think it'll kind of work out to them probably figuring it out a little bit and probably getting around 8 or 9 wins. So yeah, and then obviously the Chiefs who are going to be in first and
What
going
about
to
you,
coast
man?
through this division easily.
I think the Chargers will be in wild card contention. I'll take them at 2.
Dang.
I think-
big hopes for LA.
I think Jim Harbaugh is a Super Bowl coach. He's consistently one of the best coaches in college football. Obviously, that's different, but I don't know. I think if he just needs to make a good game plan for Justin Herbert and utilize him to his talents, and
if the
I
Chargers
can see some wide receivers breaking out on
That's
the
all,
Chargers.
Brad
And
McConkey, baby.
yeah, and I see them being a solid team. Maybe I don't know if I want to say they will make the wild card, but I think they'll be in contention. I think they'll be a positive win team.
Yeah.
I think like 9-8 would be a good spot for them. And then I'm actually going to take Broncos at 3 and Raiders at 4 just because, I don't know.
Yeah, and with
Gardner Minshew, he was solid last year, but I don't know. I just think he's boring, so I'd put him low.
I feel like he gets a little overrated.
Because of his his aura, bro.
He does have good aura, but yeah, also, yeah, the Jim Harbaugh thing, yeah, him coming from college to the NFL, it's like he's done it in the NFL before.
Yeah, exactly.
So like he's been to the Super Bowl with the 49ers, so it's like it's not this big adjustment for him. It's kind of just him going back to what he knows. But it's kind of just because I mean that was a while ago though, so it's like can he kind of adapt to what the
Exactly.
NFL is now? Is what's going to be probably the most difficult thing for him to figure out. But yeah, that wraps up the AFC. Do you guys want to kind of
Damn.
do you guys want to go through our playoff teams real quick, or do you want to say that till the end?
I mean, we can go through it real quick. I know we're only fucking halfway through.
I know.
Let's be speedy with the NFC, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
fuck.
try to go through a little quickly. Let's
Fuck.
kind of just spend time on the Packers and Cardinals.
Exactly.
But okay, yeah. So for my playoff teams for the AFC, I have the division winners, which is gonna be the Texans, Ravens, Jets, and Chiefs. And for my wild cards, I'm gonna go with the Colts. Oh wait, no, not the Colts. I'm gonna go with the Bengals, Dolphins, and Bills.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna go Chiefs division winner number 1. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Dolphins number 2. This is coming from, and then I'm gonna go Ravens number 3. Oh, but the Texans, man, that's tough. That's really tough.
Chiefs is my 1 seed, by the way.
I still think Texans will be the 4th division winner, and and then wild card. Wild card, I'm gonna go Bengals, Browns, and I need to look at the. I want to say Colts.
So no Bills
No, I'm gonna go Jets. I'm gonna go.
or Jets. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bengals, Browns, and Jets. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Texans, and then Bengals, Browns, Jets. Not in that specific order for the 5, 6, 7, but
That's fair.
I'm actually gonna take Jets at 1.
Jets is the 1 seed.
I
Okay.
could, like I said, I could see him. Aaron Rodgers healthy, those weapons. I could see them being a 13-14 win team. And I'll take Chiefs at 2, Bengals at 3, Texans at 4. Those are just the teams winning divisions.
yeah, probably it's probably.
And then for wild cards, I'm gonna take the Ravens, the Colts, and I'll take. Oof. I don't know, dude. I'll take the Dolphins. I'll take the Dolphins over the Bills.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like the Bills are just gonna regress. So yeah, but Jets at 1. I think that's
crazy.
I think it's possible. I think it's looking at all the teams. I would say the Chiefs at 1, but I don't know. That's just boring. I think they'll
Yeah, I
be solid,
agree.
and I don't want to put the Chiefs at 1 because everyone's expecting it.
Yeah.
And obviously they're going to make the playoffs, but I think Jets at 1. I could see that happening, and I think that'd be a fun thing to watch. I think it's very possible.
It'd be fun. Yeah, I think my predictions for this are going to be pretty boring because it's like I feel like most people for predictions try to like spice it up a little bit. I'll be the boring person. I'll kind of pick like who won it last year. Okay, are they still good? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick them. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's going to be the AFC.